What's going on, Wix Nation? MPS here from Wix Training Academy, and today I'll be showing you how to start a blog on Wix, the 2020 version, almost 2021, which is crazy. But before we do, I just want to say thank you guys for everything. You can see I'm in a brand new place. I'm now out here in an apartment in Charlotte, North Carolina with my wonderful girlfriend. If any of you watching are from Charlotte or in the area, we'd love to connect. Obviously, we're here, we're new, we're looking for new friends, so we'd love to connect. So just let me know in the comments down below and we can connect. We also just got a brand new French Bulldog puppy, but he's laying down there in the back, so I don't want to wake him up and disturb him. We're super excited to be here, and again, I'm thankful for all that you guys have done and supported me throughout this journey, and we're only going to grow from here. And that goes to say, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those bell notifications, because I'm done with college now, which means it's only up from here. I get to dedicate my time and focus on providing you the best content possible. Thank you guys so much, and let's jump into how to start a blog here on Wix. Okay, so we're here in Wix, and we are at the start of the process. When you press create a site on Wix, it's going to direct you here. You then choose your platform. We're going to choose Wix and go with the standard editor. Editor X is a beautiful new editor. It's responsive, but there's still some certain things that I'd like to show you in the traditional manner. So we'll click Wix. And then it's going to ask you what type of website do you want to create. In this case, we're building a blog. So we'll click blog, and then it'll ask you if you want Wix ADI or to create a website with the editor. We are going to create a website with the editor. We'll choose a template. And then it brings us to Wix's fantastic template gallery, where you can come through here and you can decide what type of blog you personally would like to create, what matches you best. And you can come through, you can hover on it, you can press view, you can press info, and then it'll actually take you to it, and you'll be able to get a view of it and a little demo. And if you want a full demo, you click view full demo, and it'll allow you to go through the actual template and kind of see what it's all about. How does it work? That kind of stuff. So let's just say this is our personal blog. I like this, right? And then we're ready to edit. We're ready to get started. So you'll press edit, and then this will take you to the editor. This is where you'll actually be able to start the design process, changing up colors, fonts, titles, altering the blog. All that good stuff can happen once you're in the editor. So it'll load up, and Wix will work its magic, and it'll do its thing. And then it will pull up your template, right? So this is your template. This is where you're going to start. We're not starting from scratch. We're starting on a template. So when starting on a template, we can see there's still stuff that's loading up. What you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to get familiar with things. So first and foremost, you can see over here on the left-hand side, you might want to change some of these details, but this stuff is in your way. So let me give you a quick, easy hack right now. Press this hide controls button, and you could get rid of the sidebars and everything, so that way you could come in here and edit. Now to edit text, if you guys aren't familiar, you do double click, and then you start to edit your text. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to come through here, and if you're new to the channel, I'm not a channel that focuses on design. I'm a channel that focuses on functionality and giving you the actual functional structure of things, so that way you can go take it and have something that works, but change the design to your needs. So you can actually come in here, change all the design you want, but what I'm going to show you is more of the back end with the blog. So you can see your blog's already added, and if you click my blog, you'll see that you've got a blog manager here. You can check out the blog pages, and I'm going to do that first. So your blog pages is first and foremost, you've got a main page with your blog on it. This has all of your blog posts. If you click on this page and you click the app, you can double click, and what it'll do is it'll help you start the setup of your blog, right? So it's going to load up the settings. It's going to give you the ability to come in here, alter design, so you could choose the display, what's displayed on the blog, what does the layout look like, how many posts are in a feed, how many rows, how many columns. You can alter the design. You can choose the color of the menu, the color of the text, the font itself. You can choose the same thing for all of your posts, and you would come through and you would go through the design portion, right? So that's the design portion. And if we go back to my blog and you go to blog pages, it's the same thing here on the post page. Now the post page, this is where your blog post actually lives. So if someone goes to your blog, I'll just give you an example. Someone goes to your blog page, right? They want to read one of your posts. They want to read the one thing I would tell my 16-year-old self. You would click on it, and then this is considered the post page, right? So this is the post page. We don't want that. We'll go back to editor. So if we go back to my blog, we go to blog pages. This is the post page. Now when you get on here, same thing. You can click settings, and you can come through here, choose the display of this page, what is shown, and then the design, right? You can choose the colors of the menu, the color font that's on the blog post, the font itself, how bold it is, the colors, the borders, anything and everything, the tags, the buttons that you want changed design-wise, you can change on this post page. But again, I'm not as much concerned with design. Everyone has their own design, their own style. You need to design it according to what you want and you need. What I do want to show you is, if we go back to my blog, is manage posts. This is going to be your blog manager. So if you click this, what it's going to do is it's going to open up your blog manager. This can also be accessed, as you can see here, in your Wix dashboard. So this isn't just accessed in the editor. I'll show you where else you can access it once we get complete. So first and foremost, I just want to direct your attention. You can see this is the published. These are all of your active published blog posts. If you have any drafts, your drafts will be stored in here. You can actually schedule blog posts to go out on certain dates and times. So whatever scheduled blog posts you have will come in here. And then you'll have trash. Obviously, you know what trash is, pretty self-explanatory. And then you'll have categories. So you can break your blog into several categories. So for instance, if you have a sports blog, maybe you're going to have NFL, you're going to have MLB, you're going to have NBA, right? NHL, stuff like that. You could break it into categories. If you have a business blog, maybe you'll have marketing, you'll have finance, you'll have sales. You'll break it into each in particular category. So then you could come in here, and to add a new category, you would add the category. You can add a category URL slug. This is kind of that hashtag or backslash, whatever you want that to be. Typically just name it the category name. You can add a category title, an image, and a category description, and then you would just press save, and it adds a category, right? That's how you add categories. Now, here's where we're going to get a little bit more sophisticated. Not much, really. But you also have more actions, so I'll get to that in a second. But you can actually create a new post. So whenever you're ready to add a new post, right, what you're going to want to do is create new posts. This is your blog writer, right? This is your editor in terms of blogging. So you would add your title here, catchy title, and then you would start writing. This is where you would do your writing, right? And then if you want, you can press this add button, and at any point you can add an image, you can add a gallery, you could add video, you can add a divider, you can add HTML code, a GIF, a code snippet, an actual physical code snippet, or you can add a file that can be accessed here in the blog. And all of these things can also be added via down here. And it's really nice, it's really convenient. But you would go in here, you would add your title, you would write out your blog post, you'd add any media you want added to it, and then we're gonna go over here. So before you post anything, what you'll want to get familiar with is you'll want to go through the post settings. First and foremost, you'll always want a cover image on your blog post. They just perform better. If you have just a text blog post with 0 images at all, it just doesn't perform as well. And also, when people are reading blogs, they like stuff to be broken up. So a hint on blog writing is don't do huge walls of text. Keep it short and sweet. Break it into several paragraphs. People would rather see 20 different paragraphs that are all really small than one huge wall of text. It's just bulky, and it turns people off to actually reading it. Same thing with the images. You'll just want to throw some images in there to break up the blog post. And you'll always want a cover image to draw the attention, kind of like a YouTube thumbnail. Then you'll choose your publish date. You can see you can actually schedule it. I'll show you how to do that. And then you would choose your author, right? So right now I'm in here. But if you want to add an author to your blog, you can press add author, and then you would add the author's names and you would add the author's image. However, you see here, the author won't have any permissions on this site. If you want the author to have permissions, you have to add them in roles and permissions, like adding a contributor on your Wix website. That's how that works. And then you would add your author, and if you want this to be a featured post, you can add it as a featured post. You can create a featured post slide, a featured post blog page individually where you only show featured posts. Then if you come into advanced settings, you can add an excerpt. So just to show you, this is a few lines of text that will be in your blog feed to attract the user, just like a thumbnail, just like a description on YouTube, to click. It attracts them. You can even add a related post section where you can pick the different blog posts you have and have them featured under this to keep people reading, to keep their time on the site high. Helps your SEO improve because there's more time spent on your website. Google recognizes that. You can enable commenting so people can comment on your blog. And that's how the post settings work. Now, when you're ready to actually go publish a post, what you'll want to do is you can either click publish, and that'll instantly publish it, or you can click this arrow, and you can save it as a draft. This is good if you start a post, but you're not finished with it, or you've written a post and you need someone to edit it, or you still need to edit it, or you're just not even sure about it. You're not sure if you want to post it. You can save it as a draft. If you'd like to schedule a post, you can schedule it, and you can actually choose the date and time that you want your post scheduled for, right? And then you would press schedule. Once you come in here, punch in the date, punch in the time, which is really cool and unique. But no post should actually be published unless you do this first, which is your SEO settings. Once again, your post URL slug. Again, this should usually be the title of whatever your blog post is. Then you're going to choose the title that Google sees or search engine sees. You'll want this to be keyword optimized, right? So you want to optimize your blog for SEO. Do keyword research, use Google's keyword tool, and figure out what's going to be best to capture someone's attention and reach the first page of Google. The same thing goes with the description. You don't want to load your description with just keywords because then it doesn't even read well as a description. But what you do want to do is you do want to ensure that you do have keywords in your description, right? And so that way it optimizes on Google. And then that auto adjusts your SEO settings and it'll save it. You can add your categories here. Again, I showed you how to create a category, and then you would just click the category you want. And then you can also add tags. So it'll create a tag cluster. So people want to read articles from a particular tag. All of your articles can be linked to that tag if you click the tag to ensure it makes easier reading for your readers. And then lastly, you can even sell subscriptions. So you can now actually set up paywalls to selected posts. You can set up payment schedules. You can show snippets of posts, and you can earn money from your blog on a subscription basis. Think like Wall Street Journal or New York Times, stuff like that. Not necessarily New York Times, where you'll get to see a snippet of a post, but then you'll have to pay for it to read the rest. You can do stuff like that too. So if you want to maximize the revenue on your blog, that's a method as well. So these are all options, right? So then once you have that, you would publish your post, and then you'd go back, and then you're all set. And that is literally how you start a blog. If you guys would like a more in-depth view into blogging here on Wix and some of the other cool functionality you have with blogging and how to create those paywalls and stuff like that, please comment down below and let me know. I'd be happy to make an additional video. Until then, if you enjoyed today's video, thank you very much for watching. Drop a thumbs up down below. Comment if you have any questions. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos. And lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. No, smash that subscribe button and instantly join the largest Wix training community on the internet. It's an awesome place to be, and we're only growing from here. And lastly, thank you guys again for all of your support. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here in Charlotte. And remember, if you're in Charlotte, let me know. Let's connect. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll catch you in our next one.